Hi guys, it's Hannah. I'm redoing my video that I previously made because I was super nervous, and even though literally nobody is here with me, I'm just like a nervous wreck of what do I say, what do I do kind of thing. But today I'm going to be showing you my makeup and going through it with you. You can get ready with me if you want. I'm just going to be telling you guys a little bit about myself, what I'm into, what I'm like. And if you like that, cool. If you don't, I get it. But I want this to be a makeup channel, a talking channel, a helpful channel. I am really into psychology and counseling. I graduated with that degree, and I'm really into makeup. So if you're kind of into those things, cool. Maybe we can talk about some helpful topics, or maybe you could leave me some questions about myself in the comments if you want to. But I'm just going to kind of dive right into getting ready. So since I already started this, I went ahead and put on this primer. And I got this from Ipsy, I believe maybe about a month ago. And I really like it because it's kind of got a shimmery vibe to it. You could wear it alone if you really wanted to, but I'm not brave enough to do that. So, um, so a little bit about myself. I am 24. I grew up in Indiana. I still currently live in Indiana. Um, I really have been into makeup for a long time. I just find it to be my happy space, something that I'm creative. I like to be creative, and since I can't just always get out a paper and pen or pastels or charcoal or paint every single day, this is kind of my art in a sense, and I hope that people appreciate that. The way that I do. And I definitely think after watching the beauty community, a lot of people like that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. And that's kind of what inspired me to do this. So I'm also a big fan of Jeffree Star. I am super excited that him and Shane Dawson collab together because I've been watching Jeffree and following Jeffree since I was like 13 years old. And his MySpace days. That kind of started it for me. And then I started watching Shane several years ago, and it was just like the best of both worlds when they collabed. You know, it's just like two very like humble people who are very successful, but yet I don't know, rub it in your face kind of people. They're very just chill. They're thankful. They're grateful for the people and the fans that they have. And I think that's really super cool because that's how I would be if I was kind of in their position. But yeah, I'm just really into makeup. Not really any like certain brands. I just kind of go with the flow. I use what works for me. I really like Maybelline. Like Maybelline is so great. Um, and I've watched a lot of Jeffree's things where he talks about, you know, the I guess the higher brands versus the lower brands, like the drugstore stuff. And a lot of the times the drugstore stuff wins, and that's really cool because a lot of people can't afford those higher end products, especially me. So I think that's pretty cool. But enough blabbing. I'm going to go ahead and start kind of doing my makeup. And please don't judge me. This is like just the way that I do makeup. If you have nice, helpful tips, please leave them in the comments. But this is just going to be like a channel that I just want it to be a positive place to come. You know, it is what it is. And we're all going through life together. And I think it just needs to be that positive energy. So I hope that you agree with that. I really needed something to, what's the word? I really needed to come on here and just talk because I am in a point in my life where I'm kind of struggling with who I am, what I want to do with my life. And I'm sure there's people out there that can agree too. But I'm just kind of like, I really need to talk. I really need to figure out who I am and what I want to do. And I needed a place to vent, you know? So hopefully you guys can understand that and agree. And I'm just dipping into the Morphe and Jeffree palette. My fiance Josh bought it for me for my birthday, and I am obsessed. I wasn't one to end up getting the controversy palette, or the conspiracy palette. I got the little mini controversy, but I haven't opened them yet. But yeah, I was really disappointed when I couldn't get it, because I'm like, man, I've waited so long for this, and I've been following all of the tweets, all of the videos, and I'm just like, I want it so bad. But I know they're supposed to like do more stuff in March, and that's cool, whatever. As long as I get one eventually, I'm really fine with that. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out, I do a lot of like orangey stuff. I just feel like it really works for me for some reason, and I wouldn't have normally did like oranges on myself, but I don't know. I've just kind of been playing around, and I feel like, hey, orange is a really nice color on me. Try to think of some other things to tell you guys about myself. I'm very musically inclined. I really, really am into music. If you know me, you could literally ask anybody. Music is such a huge part of my life. I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like it's always been a part of my life. It's always been there for me when I needed it. And my parents both listened to like some pretty different things. But growing up, I was really able to appreciate all of it, I guess. To me, it's just a very important thing to have in my life, because it really helps me figure out who I am. I guess maybe because I'm just such like I would consider myself a creative person. I like to do different things. I like to, do different looks and stuff like that. And I like to kind of stray from the norm, I guess. By the way, the reason I have my hair kind of parted like this is because I had a side shave a couple months ago, and it's still growing out, and it is, oh my god, it's crazy. It's just like, whoop, right here. So I have to kind of part my hair in a way that doesn't really show off my little baby mohawk that I got going on. But yeah, I just like to do some kind of like crazy things sometimes. I am a very helpful person. I know that eventually when I find the job that I want, please don't judge me for the way I'm doing this, okay? I know like the beauty gurus are like, probably quaking, shaking, whatever. But this is just kind of the way I do my makeup. This is kind of how I do my cut crease. Like I just it is what it is, okay? Don't come for me, please. This is the way I like to do my makeup. And hi, I'm really close to the camera, and you can see all my pores, my zits. Hello. I don't even know where I was going. But I'm a very like creative person, a helpful person. I went to school for psych and counseling, and I had a job for a little while in the counseling realm. And I liked it, but I just decided that that place wasn't really for me, unfortunately. There was a lot of like differences, and I found out a lot of stuff about myself that I'm just like, I've realized that I just want to talk to people. I don't want to teach in that sense, if that makes sense. And I was put in a lot of positions where I had to teach, and I'm just like, that kind of stuff makes me nervous, because I'm like, what if I say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing? And and if you can't already tell, I'm a very anxious person. I'm very anxious. I am not ashamed to say that I take anxiety medicine, and I also take depression medicine, and it helps me out a lot. And I've noticed that if I don't take it, it really messes with me. So just a side note, if you are someone who, took depression medicine or anxiety medicine, you're like, I don't know if this is for me, please don't just stop, because the side effects can be so damaging and so bad. Just please don't, stop all of a sudden. What else about me? So after I quit that job, I just decided that I wasn't really happy there. There were a lot of things that I just kind of disagreed on. I went back to a job that I've literally had the whole entire time, even like through college and through the counseling job. I've always maintained a job at a local restaurant here in town. And I've kind of worked my way up. I started on the line. It's like a cafeteria style restaurant. So I worked my way up. I started on the line serving drinks, and I literally served drinks for like, literally, sorry, I have like PTSD from it. I literally served drinks for like, I don't know, a year and a half, and I'm just like, oh my God, please move me to something else. And then, I finally like branched out. I learned how to do other stuff on the line, and then they're like, oh, okay, like cool. Like she's like, she's a multitasker. She can like do other things. So I started doing other stuff on the line, and then I started waitressing maybe about, I'm going to say maybe a year or two in, 2 to 3 years in, and I kind of fell in love with it. I really, really enjoy our customers that we have. They are so sweet. A lot of people like to say that it's like the Medicare lounge. So that probably gives away where it is, but whatever. People are going to figure it out anyway. It doesn't really matter to me. It's not really a secret. But there's a lot of older people that come in, and I've grown really close with them. It's just kind of nice to have those people that come in every day, and you just kind of catch up on life, and they learn about you and you learn about them, and it's really nice. So I really appreciate those people. And then also too, I started doing, I'm sorry, I didn't even show, I'm like, and I didn't show you any of my makeup. It's not really that important. I was literally just, the Jeffree stuff is important, okay? I was just using a couple colors out of the Jeffree palette, and then I have some Maybelline foundation and concealer. I like to use the Fit Me ones because I just really like the way that they work. They're super cool. And also, what is super cool is my parents got me, my stepmom in particular, which is awesome. I'm so excited about it. She got me a iHome light, like a mirror, vanity mirror. And oh my God, let me tell you, like, I'm using it right now, and that's why everything is so super bright. Because it's got those nice LED lights, and I'm so excited about it. I can actually see all my pores and hopefully get them. Trying to think of other things that you might want to know about me. I have a fiance named Josh. He is everything. He is such a good man. He takes care of me, and I don't even know where to start with him. He is just amazing. He has done so much for me. He is my partner in crime, honestly. Like, I was so like done with love, and I'd been through so many bad relationships, and then when I met him, I was just like, maybe I should give this a shot, and I'm so glad that I did. And he was kind of in the same boat too. He was going through a rough patch, and so was I, and we were kind of just like really, really needing somebody who understood. And I guess we were, and I can kind of go into that like later on if you want. That's a whole another thing. But we kind of just, I don't know, we just kind of clicked. We met when we were like in a band. Funny story, which if you want to know more about, I could tell you more about. We weren't necessarily like in a band. We started a band. It's not like we like traveled, but you know, whatever. But yeah, it was really, really interesting how we met. So yeah, please let me know if you're interested to know that, because I will definitely share that with you guys. And sorry, for, you know, certain people watching, whatever. It is what it is. I think at this point, like, we've been together for 6 years. So, I think the bad blood has to, you know, eventually die at some point. What else about me? Oh, if you can hear my dogs barking, I have 2 dogs. I'm going to turn this just a little bit because I don't like that mirror being in the frame. I'm just a little weird when it comes to mirrors, and I'm like, if I even see like one thing in that mirror, I'm gonna freak out. But my dogs are barking. I have 2 dogs. I'm sorry, they're barking. One is Jake and the other is Misa. And yes, I named Misa. Josh and I named Misa after an anime. We're big anime people. So if you're familiar with Death Note, that's where we got the name Misa for her. Those are my pride and joys. I love them so much. They are the biggest turds you'll ever meet, but I love them so incredibly much. They are crazy. And I can let you meet them sometime if you'd like. Okay, so I've been blabbing and like just kind of like mehing on my makeup. So this is gonna be difficult, but I guess I'll get the hang of it eventually. If you've tuned in this long, thank you, because I'm just kind of a hot mess, okay? And I'm just trying to roll with it. So today is the day after Christmas, and that's why I got that new mirror. And it doesn't really feel like Christmas per se, because usually it's really super cold here in Indiana on Christmas. However, it was 60 degrees yesterday, and I'm like, what? But I can't be super mad about it. At least it's not freezing. I would much rather it be warm. So here is, once again, another Fit Me. This is just the loose finishing powder. And I wear like the fair light shades. As you can probably tell, I'm pretty pale. And I've got freckles, so that's just like, you know. What are some other things about me? My mom currently moved to Florida, or recently moved to Florida. Maybe about 2 years ago, so it's still pretty fresh. And the reason I think it's so fresh is because my grandparents and my aunt and my cousin, that I'm all very close to, actually moved, and they're like all in the same neighborhood, like maybe about a block away from each other, which is really crazy to think about. And I'm glad they're super close, you know, because like that's all the family that's down there, except for like my stepdad's parents, which they have a house that they come to sometimes down there, like mainly in the wintertime. But that's a fun fact about me. So I actually have a flight booked soon, and I'm really looking forward to it. I really like being there. But it doesn't really like work for us right now because my fiance Josh actually just got ownership. Well, him and his friend, like 2 of his friends, got ownership of a local gym in Terre Haute, Indiana. So that is really super cool. I'm really happy for him, and they are super successful. Like, they have been doing so well, and I swear to you, it doesn't matter where we are, like they will like, him and his friends will like be out somewhere, And they're like, hey, Josh, how you doing? And I'm just like, well, I'm going to go look at something for about 20 minutes because I don't know who you are. And I swear we went to like this little like baby concert. It's called the Hairbangers Ball. You might have heard of it. And I swear he just like, he knew everybody. I'm like, I'm going to go sit down because I'm going to miss the concert. And usually I'd like stay and talk to people, you know, but like I feel awkward when I like don't know them and then they also don't even acknowledge you. I'm just like, well, I'm gonna go sit down now. For my like bronzer to make me a little bit darker, I'm using the GG Gorgeous the 6 Sculpt Extra. I don't know if that helps, but this is what it looks like. I really like this stuff, but I have to be sparing, as I'm just like caking it on, whatever. But I have to be sparing because if I don't, it'll make me super dark. But I just like to add a little bit of color, especially in the winter, because I'm just like, I don't want to be, looking like a little pasty ass walking out. I kind of want to have some kind of color, and especially when I go to Florida, I kind of want to like give the appearance that I like am a little tan. Not that anybody's gonna really believe me as soon as they look at my skin, but it is what it is. Another fun fact about me is I recently just got my first tattoo. It's kind of hard to like flip it. Maybe I can, hang on. So this is my first tattoo. It is the 3 Little Birds, Bob Marley. If you've heard this song, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing's gonna be all right. I love Bob Marley, and it's really super special to me. It was a song I listened to growing up, and because of some of the things that I've been through in my life, I'm just like, I need that reminder that no matter what happens in my life, I need to kind of look for the bright side and be positive. I bet that's really super attractive. That face I just made. What else? I have had another fun fact. I don't know if it's fun, but it's not fun for me. I have asthma, and I've had asthma ever since I was diagnosed at 2 years old. So if I'm kind of breathing a little heavy, that's probably why. It just kind of is what it is. I'm used to it. I also have really bad allergy problems. So, nerd alert. But yeah, those are just like some things that are about me. I actually just started taking some what are they called? Asthma shots. I can't think of, it's called Dupixent. And it's helped me a lot. Sometimes like when the weather changes, I just flare up so bad. I actually had a really, really super bad asthma attack this past year. And then once I started taking the Dupixent, it really, really helped me. So I'm super glad that I've been taking that. So if you guys have bad asthma and you're looking for ways to kind of, settle those random flare-ups and stuff, really look into that. I was scared to give myself shots at first, but I know a lot of people have to do it, and there's no choice on that. So I tried it, and I taught myself how to do it, and honestly, it's the best thing I've ever done. This is tea, by the way. Freshly brewed from the restaurant I work at. I love our tea. And I actually think I'm going to try and go keto soon. There's a lot of like my fiance owns a gym and he's a personal trainer and he's not really for the whole keto thing. But there's a appointment I have coming up in a consultation I have coming up, and I can discuss that further if you guys are interested in that. I really don't mind sharing it. But Not something I want to dive into right now. But basically, long story short, I have to lose at least like 15 to 30 pounds before this consultation. And if I don't, they're going to cancel my appointment. And I really don't want that. I'm really nervous that they're going to do that. So I think I'm going to try the keto thing and see where it takes me. And yes, I know that I could gain the weight back if I don't eat the same way. And that's another thing we can totally talk about is like eating. I am a like emotional eater. And if you guys understand where I'm coming from and you want me to talk about that and make a whole video about that, I totally can. Once again, I said, this is supposed to be like a helpful channel. A channel where people can come in and be like, okay, like I realize, hey, like she's got some issues, okay, like maybe I'm not the only one. This is supposed to be kind of a positive channel where we just kind of talk about things, and I want to feel free to express the way that I'm feeling. And just get it all out. And if you guys understand, cool. If you don't understand where I'm coming from, I get it. We're all different. But hopefully there's some people out there who can relate. But yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Enough of me talking. So this is just like something that I got. I don't even know if you can see it. Kind of. This is something I got, another blush. It's called English Rose. I got it from Ipsy. And I just kind of like to, like whatever my style is that day, I'm just going to kind of like do whatever. Back to the whole singing thing. Also on this channel, I have several videos posted of me singing. And if you're into that, cool. I hope that you like it. And that's another thing. I'm just like, that's another thing. That's another thing I can talk about too is me singing some of those songs, especially I think it was the first one I posted, the Nothing Nowhere Deadbeat Valentine song. Yeah, I posted that, and if you know Joe, or you've heard of Nothing Nowhere and you know who Joe is, the lead singer, which it's literally just him. There's like, he makes all the music. He does everything. He's phenomenal and started real small, and he's like blowing up. So you might know who he is. And if you do, that's awesome. This is from Ofra, and I love it. Like, look at it. Like, okay, like, woo! I better not scream too loud. I'll get my dogs all wound up. But yeah, Joe. I get so sidetracked. Joe is super cool, and I made that video singing like when he was like real small, and nobody had ever made a video of Deadbeat Valentine, like a cover. And I'm just like, you know what? I really love this guy. I'm really into him, and I could go on a tangent, okay? I will make a video about him and what he's done for me and what he's done for my fiance. The reason we are engaged is because he shared his stage with us. Josh proposed to me on his stage. So that's a really fun story I can tell you about. Yeah. Wow. He's amazing. But anyway, he actually saw my video, so I can make a whole thing on that. And I've talked to him several times in person, and especially with the engagement and all that. So if you're interested in hearing that, I will totally share that with you, because he's such a cool dude. He's really cool. And if you're into that kind of music, please check him out. Like, he deserves so much support. He is definitely like, the reason I like him so much is because I see a lot of myself in him and like his music, and wow, like he is just I say I'm going to save it for another video, but I can't stop talking about it. The music is so good. Also, I use a lot of e.l.f. products because I just feel like e.l.f. like really gets me. I have some like little baby eyebrows that aren't like, I guess they're more noticeable than what they used to be, but yeah. And they're not, I used to fill them in all the time, And if you've seen like old pictures of me or even my old videos, I'm pretty sure I filled them in, and I'm sorry. I filled them in to the point where like I was obsessed. And I just can't do that anymore. Like as I work like management and stuff at my job, I've realized that I want to be more consistent about certain things about myself. Does that make sense? Like, yes, I like to wear like this crazy, like, bold eyeshadow and this super snatched highlight, but there's certain things about my life that as I get older, I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to maintain like that same style, that same look, because I'm the type of person that changes it up so freaking often. And I don't want that. I like those people, and I like embrace those people that are just like, you know what? This is the way I wear my hair, and this is the way I do my makeup every day, and they look flawless. Like, I guess I'm just the type of person that I like to, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what the hell that is in the corner of my eye. I like to change up my look constantly. It's like I'm never satisfied. That could be another whole thing. I really need to sit down and just like talk about mental health too, because that is a super important topic, and I feel like a lot of people could really get some use out of just talking about that, because I'm sorry, I'm pulling my eye. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. I know you're thinking about it. Ow! Are you sure you want to subscribe to this channel? I'm also, fun fact, the type of person that gets like just randomly angry about the stupidest things. I'll get so fired up about something. Like, I just made myself so mad that I did that. Oh, your girl is crying. Okay, well, that's embarrassing, but you know what? I said I was going to get everything all out here, so here you go. Merry Christmas. What else can I talk about? Let's see. Oh my god, I messed up my eye. So angry. I'm so angry. We're fine. I'm sorry I keep sniffing. My allergies are super bad right now. I don't know what the deal is. I'm just having a time today. What else? What else about me would you like to know? I'm kind of a perfectionist about things sometimes. I get really like I noticed my makeup was off a little bit, and I'm like, I just get a little antsy sometimes about the way things are. I think I totally lost my mascara. I will be right back. Hi. Please forgive me. I did my mascara off the camera because I already yelled at you once and I didn't want to do that again, so I'm sorry. You didn't miss much. Just put a little mascara on. And that's also e.l.f. too, which is really cool because, like, hello, you're stepping it up. Okay. This is NYX. And let's see what shade it is. 558 Cocoa. It's a shade I've had for a while. It goes on super well. Super soft. And there you have it. So hopefully you've learned a little bit more about me. And here's kind of my overall look. Probably not as perfect as I would have liked it to be today, but that's because I was trying to talk and do all this other stuff at the same time. But I really hope you did enjoy what I had to say and enjoy just kind of like chilling and like getting to know me. And if you want to watch more, that would be amazing. I really would like to start talking more and filming more videos that are not just me singing. And if you like those too, that's cool. Request a song and I'd be happy to do it. But I'm still kind of new to like how to set things up and how to make things look nice. Because I feel like I'm pulling a Tana Mojo right now, like setting my camera on like the most random shit and just like winging it. No offense to Tana, but I love her. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to know a little bit more about me, that would be cool, because I'd love to share that with you guys. I think this is going to be something that's going to be really helpful for me. 2020 is going to be a new year, and I want to make it my best one yet, and hopefully I can share that with you guys and kind of show you along the way of my life and just be helpful too. Maybe give some pointers and tips, and we can talk about a lot of different things. So I'd be happy to share that. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!